These images were generated using Seedream 5 Pro. In this video, I'll show you what this new model can do. I'll also explain a useful technique for placing characters or objects exactly where you want them inside your images. To do that, I'll use the latest version of the Maiqa plugin. If you've used Maiqa before, you'll immediately notice the first new feature introduced in this update. The top menu has been redesigned as a clean, dynamic icon menu. But the real update is in the model list. We added the new Google model, Nano Banana 2 Lite, which replaces the obsolete Nano Banana. And of course, we also added the newest Seedream version, Seedream 5 Pro. This model can generate text-to-image fashion shots and e-commerce images with impressive quality. So let's start from there. First, I create a new document with a 3:4 aspect ratio, and I name it Asian Model. Since this is a text-to-image generation and the document is still empty, I select None as the input image. Then I set the aspect ratio to 3:4, type the prompt, and click Generate. This is the prompt I used. You can simply edit this prompt with the model appearance and outfit you want to create your own e-commerce image or character. You can then use that image as a reference for more complex generations, as I'm going to do now. Here is my model. Now I'll add her to this previously generated image, exactly where I want her to be, and with the right proportions. First, I use Photoshop's Select Subject feature. Then I copy the selected area and paste it into the other image. Now I resize the layer and place it where I want the model to appear, trying to keep the proportions right. Next, I pick a bright color, create a new empty layer, and use the marquee tool to select the area where I want the model to be generated. Then I create a frame using the stroke command. But I also want to add more elements to this image, so I pick another color and use the brush tool to draw a few more shapes. Then I pick one more color and create another frame. You'll see why in a second. Now I can type the editing prompt. I set the mode to Image Editing and keep Visible Layers as the input image to edit. Then I hide the layer that contains the model, but I add the original model image as a reference before clicking Generate. This is the editing prompt. You can see how I'm telling Seedream 5 Pro to edit the areas marked with different colors, clearly explaining what I want it to generate. And about a minute later, this is the result. Seedream did exactly what I wanted. It added the model in the exact spot marked in red, the sacks where I drew the green circles, and the poster inside the yellow frame. Now here's the real advantage of working inside Photoshop. I can easily use masks to preserve the original image details and reveal only the new elements. But I can also work on the color grading. I can add some grain to reduce the digital look of the image. And I can use smart filters. For example, in this case, I use the sharpen filter to enhance the image details. Then I mask the areas that don't need to be sharper. Working locally with layer adjustments and masks improves the final image quality and realism. And this is the final result of my editing process. Before and after. That's it! Now, see how creating high-quality, color-graded images can dramatically improve the result of your AI videos as well. If you want to learn more about Maiqa and discover other AI image generation techniques, check out the other videos on my channel.